What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 2010 Pyromaniac.com video profile preview, fantasy outlook, whatever you want to call it, for one of my favorite sleepers, dynasty league players, whatever, Bernard Scott. He came on a little bit last year, was a good fill-in start when Benson went down, had a little bit of injury himself, but is a very dynamic player. He's good in the return game if you have leagues that reward points for return yardage. And I'm not a big Benson fan. As most of you know, I only play in points per reception leagues. Benson doesn't catch the ball. Sure, he's going to grind it out and have some big games on the ground, but he's one of those guys that if he doesn't get the ball 20 plus times, doesn't go over 100 yards, or doesn't get a couple touchdowns, you know he's going to have a pretty disappointing game, and I'd much rather have guys that catch the ball. Now, Scott does catch the ball. It was announced last week that Benson isn't going to get suspended for the assault charge. I was kind of hoping that he was, because he's got in trouble before, and I was hoping that I could get a couple starts out of Scott. But we also need not to forget that Benson was hurt last year, so the possibility of Benson either getting in trouble or getting hurt are pretty good bets. So if you're looking for a running back to get you, to steal a couple starts, definitely take a guy like Bernard Scott. Dynasty leagues, I love him. I think this guy's going to be starting at some point, whether it's for Cincinnati in the future or they trade him. I know Benson's he's not totally up there in age, but he's definitely getting there. I think this is a contract year for him, or he's getting close to it, so they may decide that they like what they have in Scott and tell Benson to see you later. And guys that are in and out of trouble with the law, like Benson, or have a past history of getting in trouble, there's always a risk, and Commissioner Goodell will crack down. He has no problem suspending guys. So in your draft, where to get them, 12-team leagues, you can typically get them after the 12th round. Even later, if you really want to get him, make sure that you grab him. 12th rounds, we're going to want to target him. Decent value anytime thereafter. In dynasty leagues, you probably want to take him a little bit sooner. He's 26. He hasn't had to carry the load, so he's got fresh legs, and he's a really dynamic player. He's not a huge name because he got in trouble himself in college. He seemed to keep his nose clean, so he's got that going for him. But yeah, he probably would have been a much higher draft pick than he was by the Bengals had he not gotten in trouble in college. But that's that. He's definitely a guy that I like a lot, and I'm targeting him because late in the draft, what I like to do is target running backs behind guys that tend to get hurt or got hurt the last few years, and get those guys, try to steal a start or two. The Jason Snelling, Anthony Dixon, guys that could still start from a starter with injury history. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. If you guys are on Twitter, give us a follow at Pyromaniac with a 1 instead of an I, or you can follow me at Pyro_Lion. Pick up this shirt in our store, really cool shirt designed by our creative extraordinaire Derek. Also pick up our draft kit while you're there. It's only $7.50. Really good tool to get you ready for your draft. Over 200 player profiles, offensive line previews, anything that you'll need to get you ready. If you are busy, like a lot of us are busy out there, it's a really good cheat sheet to give you a crash course on what you need to know for your fantasy drafts. Anything we can do to help, hit us up. Got the Fantasy Football Pharmacy always. Also that you guys can check out Pyromaniac.com. Bookmark it, get in there, start commenting, and dominate your league.